From figures in the woods to randonauting gone wrong, there are some pretty creepy things that have been caught on tape.
On today's list, we'll be covering a few more of the most cursed videos that just can't be explained. Coming in at number 10, we have Ed and Lorraine Warren. Let's kick off this list with one that was filmed by some of the most famous paranormal investigators in the world, Ed and Lorraine Warren. If you guys have seen any of the Conjuring movies or The Nun or the Annabelle series, then you will know all about these two because those movies are based on their life. Obviously, Hollywood has spiced it up a little bit for the people at home, but you understand how they must have been deep in the weeds with spooky stuff to get that many movies made about them. In this clip, we see a homemade video of Ed and Lorraine working with family to try and help them get rid of a ghost that has been bothering them.
Since it was filmed by Ed and Lorraine Warren, it gives it a whole lot more validity than some other amateur footage that's out there.
Ed calls out to the ghost to try and get it to do something, and oh boy does he ever get a response. The scariest part of the video for me is when the ghost tries to pull a chair out from under a lady who is sitting in it. For one, that is a very dangerous thing to do, and two, who is your ghost? A 12-year-old bully named Spike from the 80s? What's the ghost gonna do next? Try and give you a wedgie after he gives you a swirly?
In our number 9 spot today, we have a video called American Football. This video is only 2 seconds long, but absolutely creeped me out. I'm not entirely sure why it's called American Football, because it has nothing to do with football, but that is unimportant. It shows someone sitting in what looks like their living room, and they're filming the hallway that's not too far away from where they're sitting. Almost immediately, this creepy dark figure comes out from the shadows of the hallway and comes straight for the person filming. I'm not sure what this thing is, where it came from, or what happened to the person who's filming, but I honestly am left with a lot of questions. It might just be someone who had a crazy costume and they're acting out a scary situation, but either way, I would not want to be there at all.
Coming in number 8, we have Camping with the Boys. Normally, when you're out in the woods with the boys, just have a few beers, light a fire, and then talk about all the greasy things you've done. But YouTuber Sean Schutz 69 probably didn't think that his camping trip was going to go like this.
What is that? What the f is that? Creepy.
These dudes are out in the middle of the woods alone, and it sounds like something is out there banging on metal. It's pitch black when you're out in the woods, so I doubt someone was doing some quick night construction. You know, just building a metal railing that can go on the side of your murder-mobile so you can drive through the woods looking for a group of young men to turn into some lunch meat. The strange noises in the woods continue, and all 4 guys sleeping out there are woken up. One of them opts out of sleeping in the tent and decides that it would be safer in the car, which seems like the smartest move if you ask me. At least if some horrible creature shows up, it has to break through your window rather than the thin veil of nylon.
In our number 7 spot today, we have this creepy TikTok. Okay. So here's the deal. Sometimes the most cursed videos are intentionally made, just like this TikTok. This TikTok was obviously made to scare people, and it obviously isn't real, but it truly does deserve a spot on this list because it absolutely scared me the first time I watched it. The video is only 15 seconds long and shows a couple. One is sitting on the bed looking out the doorway into the hallway, and the other comes walking through the bedroom door and turns off the hallway light. When the light turns off, we and the person sitting on the bed see a figure standing in the doorway. She tries to inform her partner of what's going on, and he quickly turns the light on again and peers out into the hallway, but as soon as the light is on, the figure disappears. This happens once again, and honestly, I'll just show you the video for you to watch for yourself. See what I mean? I'm not gonna lie, I screamed out loud the first time I watched that video.
Coming in number 6, we have Figure in the Woods. Anyone walking around the woods who has a hood on might as well be Jason Voorhees because you're gonna scare the crap of everyone you come across. The person in our next clip has been filming this figure that has just been walking back and forth in the woods across from her home.
Walks back and forth every day, all day. Now, I've been over there a couple of times. As I walk up on it, there's just nothing there.
Now, even though that is very creepy, it's not a crime. If you want, you're allowed to do creepy stuff like that. But what makes this worth commenting on is the fact that this person will do this for hours and has been doing it every day for the past 5 days at the time that this video was taken. And if you want to up the ante even more, apparently whenever the person filming approaches this figure, they disappear. And then when they go back to their house and start filming again, they can see them again. It's all very strange.
In our number 5 spot today, we have this randonauting TikTok. There's a series of TikToks uploaded by the user Taylor Vasquez66 as she goes randonauting in an area and some pretty spooky things begin to happen. Randonauting is when you go to a random area that is given to you by the Randonautica app. The app will give you a location that is close to you based on a quantum random number generator and Mother Nature. A lot of people have found some pretty eerie stuff while randonauting, and Taylor's experience was no different. The first TikTok shows her finding some creepy drawings in the area she's exploring before hearing a super creepy sound.
Then we have these random 3. This one's a "It's Your Birthday" with the snowman with, I swear I'm friendly. Play with me.
I'm not gonna lie, I honestly gasped at the same time Taylor did. She ended up running away, which seems like the right response, but she did come back to film a part 2 of the TikTok. She finds more creepy drawings and continues searching around. She doesn't hear it at first, but there's this same child's voice speaking as she looks around again.
If they have messages on them, because then, like, those look like symbols. I don't really see anything else, so like...
I don't know where this voice is coming from, or if it's someone playing a prank or a real scary ghost child, but I'm so glad Taylor got out of there as quickly as possible.
Coming in at number 4, we have Alien in the Woods. Are we alone in the universe? Is there a chance that we are the only ones in the vast, endless void of space? Or are other beings out there and they come to visit sometimes? I hope there are other things out there because I really like visitors. This next clip comes all the way from Spain. It's apparently a couple that was exploring through the woods at night. That's a strange hobby, but I guess everyone has their own thing. Well, that's when they start to find large feathers on the ground. It seems like they all had been ripped out of something, like a bird had just been ripped to shreds. They follow the feathers and then they come across this creature.
To speculate it to be an extraterrestrial, but the question remains, if this video is actually faked, what are the government trying to hide?
Now, a lot of people say that this video wasn't real, or that it was faked, or that it was some clever camera work or trick, and they might have been right, but I want you guys to take another look at whatever this thing is, but in slow motion. That thing looks so real, and that would be an extremely expensive makeup job to just make a little YouTube video that you're gonna post for not that many followers. And the thing is, it looks almost human, but off enough to send a chill down my spine.
In our number 3 spot today, we have this urban exploring gone wrong video. This video comes from the YouTuber Wet Tent as they take a friend along on one of their urban exploring trips. In the description of the video, they explain that on these explorations, they've had someone following them, so they brought a friend in order to help them out and probably make them feel a bit safer. The video starts with the two walking through some tunnels. At one point they end up being in 2 separate tunnels when the guy operating the camera hears a loud crash from the other tunnel where his friend is. He obviously immediately runs to make sure his friend is okay. He finds his friend totally unconscious, which would be scary enough, but a strange laugh sort of sound can be heard in the distance as he's checking on his friend.
Hello? Yo, you good, my man? You good? Hey, you good? Yo, you good, my man?
Apparently when the friend woke up, he couldn't remember anything that had happened to him or what exactly attacked him. This would have been super creepy without any of the backstory, but knowing that the guy felt like he had been previously followed is pretty eerie.
Coming in at the number 2 spot, we have Buried Alive. What could be scarier than being buried alive? Well, maybe coming to terms with who you really are on the inside, but that's a different kind of scary. In this next clip, we have someone who is being buried, and it just so happens that their coffin has a window in it. I didn't know that was a feature they started putting into coffins. That must have started with the 2020 model. Well, in this little window, we see something very scary.
As he speaks these words, a hand seems to reach towards the glass panel from inside the coffin.
Barang siapa percaya kepadaku, ia akan hidup.
I don't know if you guys saw that, but there was a hand waving through the little window in the coffin. Was the person in the coffin still alive, or was the whole thing a hoax? I mean, I don't know if you could convince me to dig a 6-foot coffin hole just for a video. That would be going pretty far for a prank video. But also, why did no one react when the hand came up and touched the coffin? Did no one see it? Maybe the light was reflecting off the glass and no one saw it, but who knows?
In our number 1 spot today, we have this Home Alone video, not Macaulay Culkin. This video is taken by a guy who is home alone and can hear a super creepy sound. He starts recording because he can hear a woman screaming, which is truly just never a good sign. He explains in the video that the sound is coming from the area behind his house, but there isn't anyone who lives back there or really any reason for someone to be back there at all. He says the area behind his house is just woods, so this isn't going well. As he walks further towards the back of his house, his phone starts to not only pick up the super scary screaming, but also some more weird, unexplainable sounds. I'm not sure if this sound is coming from some sort of paranormal situation or if it really is someone in danger, but either way, it is not a good situation to be in, especially not alone. Alright guys, that's all the videos we have for today. I've been your host, Olivia Kozlowski.
And I've been Jay Dorena.
Bye!
And they changed it. Yeah, he called them cowards. And they changed them to a puppet.
Oh yeah, I guess we'll do the puppet thing then.
You are cowards. And he talks like that too. You are cowards.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Woo-wee. This is just an editor note. So right below this, I've linked the actual TikToks, but there's no timestamps on TikTok, so I took it from a YouTube video. But that video has like a watermark on it, and it's not their video, so I feel like we should use the TikToks, but I don't know. You know. I don't know if that makes sense. Bye. Love you. Come here, you little